I'd like to bring up to the stage my colleague and good friend, Jeremy Graff, from the Washburn Foundation, to talk a little bit about the foundation and the work that we do, how in 1987, parents, teachers, alumni, and community leaders came together to represent us.
All right, love that photo. We're going to do something right now to get even more pumped up in here than our audience, okay? So, if you don't know how we do this, just follow my instructions or watch your neighbor, okay? You ready? Here we go. I say Washburn, you shout Millers. Washburn. Washburn. It's not too bad. I'd like to see a little more. What I'd really like to do is I'd like those folks down on the west side of 50th at Southwest High School to hear us. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's go. Ready? I say Washburn, you shout Millers. Washburn. Washburn. I say number, you say one. Number. Number. I say donate, you say now. Donate. Give yourself a round of applause. That last line is new. I threw that one in just for tonight. So, yeah, my name is Jeremy Graff. I'm what's known as a triple threat around here. I've been a volunteer board member on the foundation for 15 years. I'm also a thank you. I'm also a proud graduate of the class of '93. Who else? Hi, honey, my wife, love you. And I'm also the proud father of 3 recent Washburn graduates, Alex in 21, Charlie in 23, Maddie just 2 months ago. So when you look at these veins bleed orange and blue. But my job tonight is to talk about the Washburn High School Foundation and tell you a brief story about it. I know, you're excited. But it's also because most of you may not know that we exist. And it's one of the things, we all know this to be a very unique and awesome high school. But one of the things that makes it very unique is we have our own private foundation, which not a lot of public schools do, okay? So to prove to you that we have a real foundation, I would like right now for all of our foundation board members to stand and be recognized. Yeah. And please stay standing. I want all of the people that have served on this 100-year committee over the last really 2 years of planning for this to also stand and be recognized. So, yeah, it's on behalf of all of us, we're just so grateful that this weekend is here, and we're so grateful that you're here. So thanks so much for being here. So the story, okay? In the interest of time, I'll be quick. But I grew up in the 1980s, so like a VHS cassette tape, we're going to rewind the story back to the beginning. To 1988, back when Janet Jackson was putting some serious Grammys on wax. So back in 1998, a small group of alums got together and formed the Washburn High School Foundation. Soon after that, one of the most important people in the history of the foundation, joined the board as the first treasurer from the wonderful class of 1959, Jim Bradley. Let's give it up for Jim. In talking to Jim about those early days of the foundation, he said the mission was very modest. It was, they would mail out a newsletter in hopes to the alumni, in hopes that they would, in return, get enough donations to just pay for the next newsletter. And if they made a little more than they needed, they'd squirrel it away in an endowment fund for the high school. More on that story later. But their mission was also modest. It was really just to be an informational hub for alumni for planning class reunions. But this is before the internet, so that served as a very important function. But so the foundation existed and executed their modest mission for about 20 years. And that included a 75-year anniversary celebration 25 years ago this week. In the interest of time, let's fast forward that VHS cassette tape to 2007. Challenging times for Washburn High School. As mentioned earlier, the enrollment of the school had declined more than 50% from the peaks of the late 70s and early 80s. There was rumors at the school board level that they were going to close 2 high schools in Minneapolis at that time. North on the north side and Washburn on the south side, if you can believe that. Thankfully, those plans never came to fruition. Instead, the school district embarked on a Fresh Start program to reinvigorate the school and increase enrollment. Now, as the story goes, at that time, the new principal came to a board member of the foundation and essentially said, look, if there was ever a time to rally the troops and make an appeal to your vast network of alums and support the school, now's the time. Because there might not be a next time. And so the then board did. And over the course of the next year or two, they expanded the number of board members. They broadened the mission of the foundation to include annual financial support, and they professionalized their fundraising and operations. I call it the inflection point of the foundation's history. In the interest of time, let's fast forward to today. And now it's not a VHS, it's probably a DVD. Here we are today. And as we look back on that period of time from 08 to 09, through individual grassroots donors like yourselves, the Washburn High School Foundation has been able to raise and reinvest over $1.7 million into this school. We're now in a financial position, and given the continuation of annual support we get from our donors, we can give annual financial support to the school over $125,000 every single year, and we're very proud of the fact we've never gone backwards. We've only increased that support every year, even in tough years like the COVID years when fundraising was very hard. Thank you. And we reinvest in the school 4 ways. 1, by an annual grant to the administrative team, Emily and her team. 2, we offer mini grants to every teacher, coach, club leader in the school every academic year. 3, we give college scholarships to graduating seniors. And 4, we invest in projects to beautify the school and campus. Now, lastly, remember at the beginning of the story when I said those original board members 30 plus years ago were squirreling away some money into an endowment fund? As of the close of business today, the Washburn High School Endowment Fund has accumulated to a value over the last 37 years of just a hair short of $1 million. Wow. And we're very proud of that, because what an endowment does is that ensures a perpetual amount of annual support for the school, its teachers, and its students for all future members. So with that data, on behalf of the foundation, I just want to say to everyone in this room that's donated to us in the past, we want to say thank you. And we want you to really know what an impact you've had on the school, and the faculty, and the staff, and the students. It's real. And to those of you in the room that haven't donated to us before, or are just learning about us today, we would love to partner with you in the future, whether that be annual giving or by way of planned giving in your estate plan. And on that, I'll close. I want to take a moment to recognize the two largest donations we've ever received. Both of these were close to $250,000. Both of these came by way of their estate. And both of these came from the class of 1961. Do we have any class of 61 people here? I don't know what was in the water that year, but we should have bottled it up. But those two gentlemen's names are Steve Stoll and Charles Standing. Would you join me in a Miller ovation to recognize their generosity and memories? So there you have it. That's the story of the Washburn High School Foundation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Come back tomorrow night for Millville's 100, and we'll see you all at the 200.